This is Ben Smith in Semaphore writing, the Republican presidential primary is, against all odds, starting to look like the exact thing Donald Trump sought to avoid. A winnowing field that could plausibly produce just one ticket out of the January 15th Iowa caucus, a real presidential face-off in New Hampshire, and a high-profile moment of opportunity for a challenger. Joining me now is David Friedlander. He's a contributor to New York Magazine covering national politics, and he is the writer of a new piece analyzing Nikki Haley's strategy to take on Donald Trump. David, it's great to see you. You have this quote from a DeSantis official who's told you, vis-a-vis Nikki's rise in the poll, Governor Haley's rise in the polls. Congrats, Nikki, one person to the DeSantis campaign put it to me. You won the Never Trump primary. Your prize is nothing. There's a concerted belief that it doesn't matter if you are doing really well if you're in the Never Trump group, because ultimately this election is going to be about Trumpism.
Sure.
You kind of debunked that a little bit in this piece.
Well, the DeSantis theory of the case had always been like, there may be some voters who like Trumpism but don't like Donald Trump. And so we'll kind of get those voters, and then all the never Trump voters, we'll get them too, because we're the ones that can defeat Donald Trump. It doesn't appear as if that theory still works. In fact, it seems as if DeSantis more looked like just a kind of like lesser version of Donald Trump. People had the real thing, why go with the sort of shorter version in heels, as it were, right? And so Haley has kind of changed the conversation of the race a little bit until it's a conversation about, like, are you either Donald Trump with Trumpism and all that chaos, everything else, or are you not Trump?
And lessons appear to have been learned from 2016, right, when everybody stayed in the race really late. The sort of votes were scattered and no one coalesced behind an alternative. That does not look to be happening here at this moment. And you write furthermore, Trump, if you look at him as an incumbent president, is actually not doing that well.
Yeah, I mean, like, that's the thing. Like, Trump really, like, he is the incumbent, right? I mean, he's the guy. He's running again. If Joe Biden were at 50% or 60%, what Trump is, there would be a major freak out on the Democratic side.
I mean, there is a low-grade freak out happening anyway.
Freak out, right? There's maybe a major freak out happening, but there'd be even, like, you couldn't even imagine the freak out happening on the Democratic side,
right,
if these were Biden's numbers. But instead, they're Trump's numbers.
And that, I mean, so talk to me about how this. Walk me through the scenario by which Nikki Haley becomes a real formidable challenger to Donald Trump.
Oh, I mean, look, it's a little starshine and rainbow, right?
Sure.
I mean, who knows? She's down by a lot, for sure. But I think, if she were to kind of keep it close in Iowa, keep it close in New Hampshire, as you said, then she gets to South Carolina, I mean, there's a possibility we get a real race. Trump is like below 50% in Iowa. He's below 50% in New Hampshire. South Carolina is Haley's state. And then maybe, the kind of bloom gets off the rose a little bit for him if she can knock him off one of those early states.
Well, and then there's also the timing that we talked about at the top of the show, which is Super Tuesday is the day that his federal election interference case begins in Washington, D.C. If primary voters need a reminder about why Donald Trump may not be the best candidate, reminding people of 91 felony counts, January 6th, the insurrection, and all the rest could be, I don't know, a Nikki Haley ad.
Yeah, I mean, none of that's affected Trump so far, right? I mean, I think that's one of the big questions. Like, if he's going to start to lose altitude because of all these criminal charges, when is that kind of going to start? Does it take the trial and all this news coverage hasn't done it yet? I mean, I just don't know.
Well, one thing is for sure. Tim Scott has dropped out.
Yes.
We have a number of sort of like golden people who have basically hung up their spurs. Ron DeSantis is not one of them yet.
Yeah.
But Nikki Haley is consolidating the donor base. Is that right?
She's starting to, for sure. Yeah, no, I mean, yeah.
And with a significant amount of cash, she's taken a $10 million ad buy, I believe. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And perhaps the looming threat, the X factor of Trump's trials. I mean, I do kind of agree with Ben's thesis that this is exactly what Donald Trump sought to avoid, and there could be some lift in there for an unlikely candidate.
We never thought we'd get a race, but it kind of, sort of, maybe looks like we're getting a race.
Do you think that you're going to come back on the show in like 9 months? I mean, you'll come on before that, but in 9 months, and we'll look back and say, remember when we were roundly dismissing the primary as nothing to see here, folks, and now look what's happened?
I mean, it's hard. If you squint, you can see it, but we're far away from that.
David Friedlander, just squint enough and you can see a race. Okay, we're going to leave it there. Thank you for your time, sir.
Of course, thank you.
Have a great weekend.